All right, good morning, everyone. We'll get started here. This will be the routine Thursday weekly briefing for today through next Wednesday, 17th of February through the 23rd. The key points, primarily, a lot of the weather that we're going to see the next 7 days, really focuses on today into tomorrow. Really, some gusty winds of 30 to 40 miles per hour will occur tonight into early Friday. And those wind gusts could be up to 50 miles per hour, especially over the northern and northwestern Piedmont, where we're going to see that higher terrain may actually help to tap into some of those higher winds that are actually a little bit higher off the surface. So that's our main impact. The other impact also is the chance for thunderstorms, and we'll get to that just in a moment. And so, outside of the gusty winds, we're going to see well above normal temperatures today in the upper 60s to middle 70s. I mentioned our thunderstorm threat. We have a strong cold front moving through overnight tonight into early tomorrow morning. That's going to bring widespread showers and some embedded thunderstorms across the central North Carolina area. Drier weather will take over late morning Friday and continue pretty much through Sunday and actually most of Monday as well, as high pressure kind of settles in over the area. We'll actually see near to below normal temperatures during this period, and probably our coldest temperatures are going to be, Saturday night into Sunday morning, as we get kind of that cold high pressure settling in across central North Carolina. But temperatures really warm back up above normal next week, with highs possibly well into the 70s come midweek Wednesday. So a really nice warm up looks in store behind this, albeit brief, cooling trend over the weekend. And in addition to those warmer temperatures, it looks to be more of an unsettled pattern with a series of waves tracking along a frontal boundary, especially as we get into Tuesday and Wednesday. For our severe thunderstorm potential for days 1 through 3, the main key point is that our main chance is going to be today into early tomorrow morning. There is a marginal risk for severe thunderstorms tonight into early Friday. The main risk with these potential storms will be some isolated damaging wind gusts, and it includes most of central North Carolina, especially the Piedmont and parts of the coastal plain. We don't really see widespread severe storms with this particular cold front, but it does look like there could be some isolated damaging winds that could potentially, we have really high winds aloft tonight, and any storms that may help to potentially bring some of those higher winds down to the surface. That looks to be our primary threat. But outside of the storms, ahead of those showers, we're going to see persistent gusty winds of 30 to 40 miles per hour, peaking up to 50 miles per hour over the northern Piedmont, especially the Triad, ahead of the line of showers and embedded thunderstorms. Friday, when that cold front moves through, there's only some general thunder forecast along and east of US 1. That's primarily going to be in the morning hours. Most of that shower activity is going to be moving out across all central North Carolina by about 10 o'clock. So that thunder threat will be diminished greatly after the morning hours on Friday. And pretty much nothing expected Saturday with high pressure. This is an animation of the hourly wind gusts that we're expecting tonight through early Friday. And I should preface this that a wind advisory may be issued later today for the strong gusty winds expected tonight into early Friday. So really tonight we're going to see a strong southerly flow across the area ahead of the cold front. Highest wind gusts up to 50 miles per hour expected over the northern Piedmont. As I mentioned before, that's kind of where the higher terrain is, and that may actually help to tap into the higher winds we see just off the surface to bring those down into the surface, bring those down to the surface. And so we want to, the best thing would be now to kind of prepare for those gusty winds and, secure any loose objects. And so the prime time for the highest wind gusts look to occur, as you can kind of see, kind of in this animation. They start to increase as we get to about 10 o'clock tonight and kind of persist into the early morning hours, pretty much diminishing by about 7 a.m. Friday. And that's consistent with when the cold front pushes through those higher winds. Those southerly winds will kind of push towards the coast, and we'll get more of a shift to a northwesterly direction Friday morning. We have a question from Aaron. He says, any information about sustained winds tonight and Friday morning? Aaron, I will get to that at the end of this webinar, if that's okay. This is an animation of what the radar may look like tonight into Friday morning. We expect that the rain showers will develop, maybe within an hour or so of midnight across the triad, and then kind of progress eastward into the triangle and the coastal plain overnight into early Friday morning. Again, some of the storms may accompany the showers to produce some locally damaging wind gusts, and a stronger cell that may develop, that may push through the area, could tap into those higher winds just off the surface and to produce some additionally higher gusts that are going to be expected on top of the actual sustained winds. Widespread severe weather is not expected, but that main threat looks to be some locally damaging wind gusts. And then once the kind of cold front moves through, these showers will be pretty much moving out of the area, once just after rush hour. So it's moving out of the coastal plain, by about 10 o'clock. Looking at our accumulated precipitation forecast for the next 7 days. So today we're going to see that cold front producing maybe 1/10 to 1/2 an inch of rainfall. Those higher amounts are going to be located over the northwest Piedmont in the Triad area. We could see some lingering showers again on early Friday morning, 1/10 of an inch or less expected. And then dry weather for much of Saturday and Sunday, and actually most of Monday is going to be dry. It looks like we'll start to get a warm front moving through the area Monday night into Tuesday, and that's when we'll see our rain chances increasing. So this plot here of Monday into Tuesday, think of that as more or less Monday night into Tuesday morning. And then Tuesday into Wednesday, it looks like primarily the more wetter period. We'll kind of get a wave of low pressure kind of moving through the area, and that will help bring more widespread rain. And actually, that may actually persist into the late week period. But I should mention that, too, there's still some uncertainty, and also I don't expect it to be, rain every single day. There's going to be some dry time mixed in, too. This is the total accumulated precipitation, courtesy of the Weather Prediction Center. Although uncertainty remains, an unsettled weather pattern does look favored next week. Several rounds of rainfall, especially in that Monday night through Wednesday period. Amounts right now are looking to be anywhere from 1/2 to 1.5 inches, highest over the Triad. These amounts will continue to be refined as we get closer and can better time out when these events will move through the area. So still some uncertainty, but it's looking more favorable, and especially considering that we didn't really see much of a drought change. So this is our latest drought update. Most of the area is either abnormally dry or has no drought, which is a really good thing. But really, it did not change at all from last week. So last week's rain wasn't really enough for any improvements. Any degradations have also been kind of slow to emerge. We've seen soil moisture generally sufficient for agricultural work, but there was some windy weather last week that did produce some fires. And also, this one graphic shows that since the 21st of January snow event, the groundwater levels have been kind of slowly declining. So this potential unsettled weather pattern next week may help to alleviate some of the issues that kind of remain. Going into more of an extended outlook, 8 to 14 day period for temperature on the left and precipitation on the right. Overall, slightly favored above normal temperatures and precipitation. Not a really strong signal for either of the two, but kind of trending towards that warmer temperatures and increasing chance of precipitation. All right, so just to kind of sum it all up for everyone, the main impacts today are going to be the gusty winds, and especially those chance for the thunderstorms tonight. Gusty winds today of 30 to 40, kind of starting around late tonight into early tomorrow morning. Those peak gusts may approach 50 miles per hour over the northern Piedmont tonight into early Friday. And with that, be on the lookout. A wind advisory may be issued later today to highlight those gusty winds. Widespread showers and some embedded thunderstorms are expected tonight into early Friday morning. Some of the locally strong storms may produce some damaging wind gusts. And then we get more of a dry and more seasonal pattern over the weekend. The coldest temperatures are going to be early Sunday morning, with temperatures probably in the mid to upper 20s. So it'll be a much colder change. And then we actually warm up above normal next week with a more unsettled pattern Monday night into Wednesday. All right, so we had that question from Aaron. Any information about sustained winds tonight and Friday morning? Let me look that up for you. So probably our sustained winds are probably going to be 20 to 30 miles per hour, especially probably over the Triad area, Greensboro. You may actually see some mid 30s sustained winds. But the main thing that we're seeing in much of the guidance is, our gusts. And so not necessarily going to be more of a strong sustained potential event, but really those sporadic gusty winds. And they look to be potentially more prolonged over the Triad area in the northern Piedmont, potentially, lasting around 4 to 5 hours is what we're seeing.